We have arrived in our first hotel. We've had a bit of a rest, dip in the pool.
Honeymooning.
Honeymooning.
Oh.
Stunning.
Fred's going to do a little demo, a little show and tell of the room. Do you want to?
Well, we have messed it up a bit. It was really
It's a bit limited. Like,
yeah.
We had a nap on the bed.
So it's cute. We've got nice bed, little like setting, dressing table setting. We've got tea and coffee station. I'm enjoying this lamp a lot.
There's a lot of nice sort of like arty things and interesting arches. Like
the ceiling.
Oh, I'll show you the ceiling then.
The best bit is the view. From literally, you can lie in bed and see the sea, and there's a lovely boat out there in the sun.
There he is.
And then there's Capri over there in the distance. We're going to go out for some dinner now. I think we might head to the, it's got like a bar the hotel we're staying in. So we're going to go get a little drink, maybe a spritz. We're both quite knackered because we've been up since 3:30. Essential tasks at 3 in the morning is sorting out the dehumidifier. Yeah, but we're going to try and power on through. We have had a little sleep, so just very hungry now because all we've had is a bagel on the plane at like 7 and then some Lays. So we're starving. That's probably why I was so tired.
Should we go get a little spritz?
Yeah.
This is actually my first ever time being in Italy, and for someone that lives in Europe, that's kind of a shocking thing. So many of my friends have been to Italy before. So I wanted to try and see what the real Italy was like and not just what our hotel was like.
Obviously our hotel was absolutely gorgeous, and it was really nice to just chill there for a bit after quite a long journey. I think we got about like 6 different forms of transport, so
yeah,
we really just like went straight in with the pizza and the bruschetta and the spritzes, and it was all incredible. Like,
it's all
so
about
fresh.
the spritzes. And I think for my first meal in Italy, like the first proper dinner that I've had, everything really hit the spot. It was exactly what I was imagining it would be. All of the fresh ingredients, just such good food.
Castel Aragonese.
Castel Aragonese.
Probably saying it completely wrong. We really wanted to have one full beach day, and because this was kind of like the sunny beachy part of our honeymoon, we're going to be spending the rest of the honeymoon in cities. It made sense to do it on this day. The sun was shining and we found this beautiful beach club just opposite our hotel. We kind of had almost like the whole section to ourselves, this whole bit, like no one joined us for the whole day. It was really good value and just like the most relaxing, peaceful day and the perfect way to start our honeymoon.
The actual cost of going to this beach club was actually quite cheap, and we did get a bit of a discount going through our hotel, which was basically across the road. It was like €13 each or something, but we had to make a reservation for lunch, which was a bit funny as we didn't see anything vegan on their menu, but when it came to it, they made some really lovely food for us in the end.
We did speak to them on the phone in advance and double check they could do vegan, and then we spoke to the staff when we were there and they were all super lovely. They really kind of like made a lot of effort to make us really delicious food, and it was honestly, like in retrospect, one of the highlights of our trip, this meal. Like the setting, the weather, the views, it was just all so fresh and delicious, and I'm still dreaming about it, to be honest.
Yeah, it was pretty much the perfect day.
I also do just want to add, I did not fall off these blue chairs once. I got on first time, I figured out the way to do it, and I mean I did watch Charlie fall off.
Yeah, I was going to say that's only because you watched me fail.
I used my little brain and thought, the best way is not to drag yourself up, it's to get on sideways.
We've called off and we are heading out to go get some dinner. We have gotten ourselves a very Italian reservation for 10 p.m.
Yeah.
We're going to go and...
Gonna have a little wander around the, like the old town.
Yeah, what's it called when you get a drink whilst you're out? We're going to go get an aperitivo.
What's really nice about going on holiday in Europe is a lot of the shops in places like this stay open really late. So you can do little souvenir shopping at like 9 PM at night if you want to. Which I love. Every time we're on video, we're walking up a really steep hill and then we come back.
It's like Ischia is only made of uphills.
I mean, it's literally a volcanic island, so.
There's so many of these sort of little... They're not allotments, they're much larger than... No, but they're bigger than allotments, aren't they? They're like... almost like what we have in England as kitchen gardens.
Our hotel was a little bit of a walk away from the old town. Probably around 15 minutes, but maybe more like 20 because of the very steep hill.
Yeah, it was quite like vertical everywhere we went.
It was, and although it was a bit of a walk to go and get food, we didn't really mind it. Like, we like walking, and especially when the weather was nice. Like, it was really nice to like see all the beautiful views, and it meant that our hotel was a bit quieter and more peaceful and in that kind of beautiful bay.
Once we did walk to the places, we'd already sort of made up a bit of an appetite, so the food was even tastier because of that.
So true.
We had starters at a place beforehand, which was like a fish restaurant, but they did the most amazing kind of beans on bread.
It was actually some of the best bread that I had in all of Italy. Like, this beans on bread, so simple but so delicious.
Yeah, I'd say the simple stuff was probably better than the fancier stuff. Like, the food that we had at this more expensive restaurant, I wasn't really all about it, no.
Yeah, it was very, very expensive compared to everywhere else, and the food didn't for us match that, unfortunately, but...
Yeah, gorgeous views, but not great food.
Heading out to find some breakfast. We're very hungry, so let's see what we can find that's vegan. We found this place on Google Maps and turned up, chatted to the owners, see if they could do anything vegan. And they could. It was a really lovely cafe. The guy that worked there and owned it was also really nice. And I had my first proper Italian coffee. It was a delicious cappuccino, very apt because it was in a place called Cappuccino.
And the food was really nice. The bread that the avocado toast was on was really interesting. It was kind of like a pastry bread. Is that going in our suitcase to go home?
Absolutely.
It was a bit of a journey to get to the botanical gardens, so we had to hop on a bus to get here, and I was super excited because I'd obviously never been here before, but Freya had the last time she came on her trip with her mum.
Yeah, I've been before about 6 years ago with my mum, but I remember it really well, and I just remember having the most lovely time, so I knew I wanted to come back and take Charlie, and yeah, it was just as beautiful as I remembered, and also amazing how much you also forget as well, so it was really lovely to kind of re-experience it.
There were loads of little picnic spots around the garden as well. There were so many benches, so I definitely recommend, if you ever want to go and visit this place, buy some stuff like we did from the supermarket.
Yeah.
Have yourself a little picnic. It's like a little slice of heaven to have a picnic in.
There is a cafe, and we had lovely drinks there, but it's very much like some places you go in the UK, it's like there's nowhere to have a picnic, there's nowhere to eat. It's like you have to eat at our restaurant or you don't get to eat at all.
Yeah.
Whereas it was kind of the opposite here.
Talking of the teas in the cafe as well, there was so much to choose from. I didn't know whether to go for something that I'd never heard of before or try something like that I knew, so I had a reference for it. I think in the end I did go for something that I knew about. Oh, yeah, that's nothing like the tea bags we have in the UK. That is really good.
I don't know if I've got
God, I'm so shiny. Yeah, I'm just seeing myself in the video and I'm like super shiny. Thought it would be colder.
We are literally on top of a mountain. Well, not as big as that mountain over there, if you can see it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we're in
Giardini la Mortadella.
Giardini la Mortella.
Mortella. Giardini la Mortella.
It's a lovely botanical gardens. More than lovely, it's
gorgeous. It's like one of the best botanical gardens I've ever been to.
And
I've been to quite a few.
It's really good value as well. I think it was like €12 each, but you could spend like half a day here.
Yeah.
There's so many nice little places to sit, and like we had our picnic earlier, which is nice.
And the cafe serves really nice sort of
Fresh juices.
specialty teas as well. So I got a Earl Grey Imperial, and it was just like the best tea I've ever had.
Loose leaf, very good qual.
I know my teas.
Or do you? Apparently
Well,
not.
apparently I
I've been
don't.
drinking it all wrong when we're from England. But yeah, it's been really nice to have a bit of zen because we spent the morning in Ischia port, which is like the kind of main town, and it's a little bit more energetic.
Yeah.
I mean, still nothing compared to when we go to Rome.
Oh yeah, the whole trip here so far has been like really
Very
relaxed.
chill.
We're gonna go for a little wander around, and then we're gonna go to. You've been there before. It's like a really fancy thermal spa.
I wouldn't call it fancy. It's more so
Special.
the island is a volcanic, like active volcano.
Yeah.
Volcanic island. So there's lots of natural hot springs all over the island. So we're going to go to one, Negombo, and yeah, it's just like all different. It's a bit like this garden, like lots of levels.
But you
with
can go
pools.
swimming.
Yeah, and all different temperatures and rainfalls and waterfalls.
But we're gonna stick around in Forio for dinner.
Yes.
That'll be much later on. Down there somewhere. That's where dinner is.
And
somewhere down there.
Also, this is where the sun sets on this side of the island. So we're staying on the other side where the sun rises. So
Hopefully it won't get too cloudy by then.
yeah, we're hoping to catch a lovely sunset. There's a place where everyone goes, which is like right on the tip. There's this beautiful white church, like right on the edge of the sea, on this kind of cliff, and you can see a beautiful sunset there. So fingers crossed, we catch it. This was one of the places I was most excited to go to. I have also been here before with my mum a few years before, and we decided to do a kind of like late afternoon trip because it was cheaper. If you go for the whole day, it's about, I think, 100-ish euros for two people. We did a 4 till 7, but it was the perfect amount of time. Like, we did the whole park. It was cheaper, it was way less busy. I think also partly because there was a bit of a storm brewing, but it was still warm enough to go swimming, and yeah, just so much fun, really relaxing, and yeah, I was a prune by the end of it. Just submerged in water for like 3 hours. I grazed myself on a rock in something called the Black Grotto on the top of the side of this cliff. There was like rain coming down to get into it, so I was like shielding myself to get, when I was like, I went in fine, and then to get back out I was like shielding myself like this, bashed myself into the rock. But they're very nice. They gave me a bit of what's it called, I don't know, like cleaning stuff to like disinfectant it. It's literally just a graze, it's fine, but so many steps, so many more to go.
Buongiorno.
What's the point? And then it's like that is super lovely.
Really nice. And it's what, like 3
It's really just stepped up a notch. As you can see, I am dressed for a morning swim. We have had the best time, the best few days so far. I don't want it to come across as like all shiny and amazing and boasting, because like I am a bit bloated.
We did just find a cockroach in our bathroom as well.
Yeah.
But we're kind of just, I think that's just kind of the vibes of being on a hot tropical island. It rained a lot yesterday.
Yeah, although it was really dramatic and kind of exciting.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're showing you the highlights of our holiday.
Just because you go away on holiday doesn't mean, like, I feel like sometimes there's this pressure to make every single day.
Yeah.
Like, every day has to be perfect with a holiday because, like, you're spending a lot of money and you've, like, there's so much expectation around it, you look forward to it. And then, like, when something small goes wrong, it's very easy to kind of, like, let that be a bigger deal just because it's the holiday. But actually...
Yeah, if that happened in everyday life, you just brush it off and get on with things.
And I think that's okay. Like, we are having an incredible time.
Yes.
But it's also, like, fine to not wake up every day and being like, I'm having the best day of my life every single day.
Yeah.
We're here for 2 weeks, so we're trying to pace ourselves.
Yes. Today is a bit unsure weather-wise. It's kind of like yesterday, so we don't want to commit ourselves to a full beach day.
But the weather is hard to predict. Because
Yes.
obviously it is an island, so every weather forecast is different.
Exactly.
It can just, like, blow over at any moment.
So we're going to do something a bit flexible weather-wise, which is visiting Castel Aragonese.
Castel Aragonese.
Castel Aragonese.
This is our interpretation of how you say it again.
So we're going to go over to the big castle on the island in the water, go and walk over the bridge.
But whilst it is sunny, because it is nice out there at the minute, we thought we can like chill around the hotel.
Yeah, go for a little morning dip in the pool.
Yeah, because you can literally see the pool from our bedroom.
And yeah.
Which is really nice.
I feel like a hippo.
You can definitely see waves like quite over there, like the wave in the ripple.
So you were saying it's interesting because it's a bit of a cloudier day. You can't see.
You can just about see Capri.
You can only just make out Capri.
The other day it was super clear and you could see mainland fall. Just about make out a shadow.
We've come from Bristol. 4 days in Ischia.
4 days, first time.
Yeah.
Like this island?
Gorgeous, beautiful. Yeah,
Thanks.
I love it.
It's also massive, it goes all the way down there and then around the side.
Which side do I start? Really good ride. Those focaccia sandwiches were so good.
Yeah, after we filled our bellies, we were ready for a bit of sightseeing. I'm glad we had that food because it was a trek and a half.
Yeah,
up
there's a
this
lot
castle.
of, again, vertical movement, climbing a lot of stairs to get
Yeah.
to the top of the Castel Aragonese.
And do you know what? Because again, I've been up here before. I was 6 years younger, which is not that much, but
6 years fitter.
no, I was literally like, why am I struggling so much this time? I mean, it was hotter than when I was last year. I went in October before, but I was like, good God, have I gotten like this old in 6 years?
I tell you what, when we got to the top, the views were incredible.
Yeah.
Like, looking out, you could see, Capri the other side, back
Yeah.
to Ischia's mainland.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful up there, very windy, and it's kind of like the reward for all the hard work of a million steps that
Yeah.
you've done to get up there.
The cafe itself wasn't really anything to write home about, but it was
No.
nice to have a little sit down.
Very, very pricey, but yeah. We had a little, what did I have? I don't know, coffee.
Yeah.
They did do all the dairy-free milks and all of that, so...
But yeah, the rest of the castle, absolutely stunning, so much to see. Highly recommend. It's kind of like going up to the front of a ship. Near, far, wherever you are. It's been really interesting walking around and seeing all of the different dwellings and old houses and stuff. We were talking about it a second ago, and I would like a little bit more of that lived history from the place, like a bit of this is the kitchens of the manor house.
I
kind
don't
of
think
thing.
they know, though.
No, but it's really interesting. So you were saying that this place was when the island was a volcano and erupted, they all came over here.
Still is a volcano, you can see it right
Still is
behind
a
your head.
volcano. That one.
It erupted, yeah.
And they all came here to seek refuge and then built their town and stuff like that. It's been really cool. I think what I was looking forward to most is standing here and looking back at the photo and seeing all of the vistas. It's stunning. Going out for some nice dinner tonight.
I'd say we're a little bit too used to weather like this.
Yeah.
Too prepared.
This isn't what I came on holiday for.
No. But, I mean, last night's was fun. Because it was thunderstorms, lightning. We were under the cover of a umbrella having a lovely drink.
Tonight's just a bit mizzly, drizzly and gross.
It's like we're in our hotel and we have to walk about 15 minutes.
Find
all the way
something to
a
eat.
restaurant. Unfortunately, when we both sat down at dinner, we weren't feeling too hot. I don't know if it was a combination of the heat and all the steps.
Yeah, I think
And
I
a
had
bit
a bit
tiredness.
of heat exhaustion.
Yeah, but we sat down and we just weren't feeling it. Like the food was great, but we were just both feeling not good enough to enjoy it, which is a shame. But that is life. And on to the next adventure. We got ourselves ready to head to Rome.
There's some Pope up there, isn't it?